Hello guys, today 15th of January we have the CPI coming out for the US dollar, and trust me, we should have good enough volatility introduced to the market at this point in time. If you are new or you're struggling, please kindly take note of this information, especially if you are trading a live account. It will not be good if you do not have this information and then you end up placing trades and it just goes haywire prior to the news. So this news coming out for the US dollar, the DXY, the USD index, whatever you want to call it, depending on how it is on your broker, you need to know what's happening on that particular instrument. And we have it here on the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, look quickly. We have this area here of resistance, support, resistance. So we can easily call that a nice flip zone. Look over here, we have support. It seems to be acting as support now. And then we have a whole bunch of support. Support, if you look very well, it's a mess over here. So it is presently at a key area of interest, the USD index, the DXY, and it is coming from another key area of interest. I really don't know if it will get to this level here, because obviously this would be a resistance. But I would really like to see the US dollar tank today on the CPI data, followed by the CPI data. So peradventure, it appreciates in this manner, retraces, pulls back, and then from here you look for your reason for entry at the resistance to take it back down to this area of support, and then probably we break out and then it moves further down. Now, this is what I would like to see on the US dollar today based on CPI, but it could go the other way. And that's why we always say, as a trader, always make sure that you understand what the buyers want to do and what the sellers want to do, meaning that whatever position you decide to go for based on your directional bias, that is, make sure you have a rough idea what the opposite party wants to do and where they want to do it. Now, if you have a look at our chart over here, right? On this particular chart, we do not have the DXY here. This is a live account, one of our live accounts. But at the same time, as this is MT4, right? We have, instead of drawing our levels all the time, we've been able to create an indicator which we call the swing levels, right? So it shows us the swing levels, key levels where we would like to enter the market. So I came up with this indicator just to help me out personally in my trading to reduce having to draw my levels all the time. If you have a look, this is the Euro USD, as you can see here, Euro USD on the 1 hour time frame. Now, this is what I would like to see based on the DXY we just talked about. Remember, for the DXY, we're looking for a pullback to the upside and then hit resistance and then drop. So the opposite is the same for Euro USD, where we're expecting the market to do what? To drop to this area here of support. Now, this area here of support, as I said, it's the indicator that we have, the swing levels indicator that we came up with to help us to reduce having to draw our levels all the time. So this helps me to make my own trading very fast. And I can put this on as many instruments. It does the calculation based on my algorithm and then gives me what I want. So this is the area where I would like to see in order to buy. And you can see in the past we've had here at a support. We have some resistance here and then we have some support. You can see that this is a very valid area. Here also is a valid area of resistance, support. You can see a bunch of resistance here, and seems to be acting as resistance. So I'd like to see prior to CPI or maybe followed by the CPI, where the CPI helps it to drop, and then we look for possible entry over here and take it back up to this area of resistance and possibly break the area of resistance. And if you try to look for flip zones, you could easily have another flip zone here, somewhere around this area here, something around here. So that means that we would like to get our profit right about there. And from your entry point here, you have your stop loss below and your take profit, I'll call this TP1. and then TP2. And of course, if you get to TP2, I believe this is about 110 or 20 pips. And you might probably be risking about 10 to 15 pips on this Euro USD. Trust me, this is a fantastic risk to reward ratio. Whenever you're placing trades, understand your art of trading, your area of interest, which we said is swing levels indicators help us to pick. The area of interest, the reaction is what we're waiting for now. And then the trigger. Your trigger could be anything. It could be your price action candles, like your hammers, engulfings, dojis, whatever you're using for price action candles. Could even be your patterns, chart patterns, like your wedges, your pennant flags, and so on, whatever you're comfortable with. So this is what we're looking out for the Euro USD, and this is what we're going to be talking about today prior to today's CPI data coming out in about 7.5 hours from now, thereabout. So guys, trade with caution. Make sure you are aware of the news, the timing, and of course the impact, and then you know how to react accordingly. So with that said, I'm going to give you an update much later to see how this plays out based on our analysis. And we don't do hope or wish. We allow the market to do its own thing and then we adjust. Another thing that the market could even do is break this area of resistance before going down, break it, and then use this here as an support and then push higher. Well, only time will tell. We're just going to wait and see what the market decides to do. And as the market decides to act in this way, we are going to react. So we wait for the market to act, then we will react. Reaction traders. Okay, with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. You're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. You have a question to ask, feel free to use the comment section below. And of course, also drop your analysis. Let's rub minds and let's try and make some pips together. Okay, guys, thank you and catch you in a few hours from now. Cheers.